Hello, everybody out there with type 1 diabetes. Today we're going to talk about what should we eat. Good topic, don't you think? Maybe you're just finding me for the first time, or maybe you've been following me. I've been doing these ever since we got COVID, kind of our new world of lockdown happened since March. So this is probably, 60th, 70th Facebook Live I've done. I've had type 1 myself for 40 years. I always like to show my decks, how I'm doing today. And love the decks, by the way. I do help pumpers. I work virtually with patients all over the world. I help patients struggling with type 1 diabetes to have less lows and highs so we can confidently live a healthy life. I work with pumpers, but I also have my own choice, which is shots. I actually don't use pen needles because I always feel like they drip and I don't like to have to hold them for 10 seconds in. So I withdraw the insulin from a needle. And then these also have half unit markings, which are nice because sometimes I only need a half unit or a little skinny half or a fat half. So this is my preferred dosing mechanism. But I often get the question, what do you eat, right? What do we eat? Well, I am a naturopathic holistic physician. So to everybody, I say we need to eat more whole food and less processed foods, right? The cereals don't help us and all the packaged chips and, meals in a box and a bag, they don't help us, right? So I encourage real whole foods. And I do support eating lower carb if we have type 1. And it's as simple as the less carbs we eat, the smaller our doses will be. And then, of course, the less carbs we eat, the less we risk going high. And the smaller our doses are, the less we risk going low. So it's called the law of small numbers, right? If you eat huge amounts of carbs, you increase your chance of error greatly, right? Because we all know that dosing is a guessing game. Counting carbs kind of works, but not entirely, especially when there's fast carbs and slow carbs. And then there's proteins effect and fats effects, right? All the variables that really go into dosing our meal properly that carb counting isn't enough to cover. So I'm a big fan of eating whole foods, mostly low carb. I have tons of great recipes on my blog. So if you go to my website, drjodynd.com, you'll see my chia pudding, my flax muffin, just everybody loves if you haven't tried that one. My portobello salmon melt, my zucchini noodle pad thai, my flax crust pizza, my eggplant nachos. I love those. So check out my blog for some good low carb recipes, all whole food. And however, I'm not a stickler, right? I don't like all or nothing thinking. So I also like to give a little wiggle room, right? 80-20, 90-10 is my philosophy, which means 80 to 90% of the time, I encourage us to be eating healthy, whole food, easy to dose for. Easier. Well, nothing's easy, right? Easier to dose for. But I also like to give us a little room for our 10%, our 20. I love fudge brownie sundaes. I love chocolate chip cookies. And I've had type 1 for 40 years, and I just choose. That's what works for me, is I need a little wiggle room. I need a little bit of space to have my treats, and maybe you do too. So this is my philosophy. I encourage you to eat real whole foods. Breakfast can be a great, there's so many great chia pudding recipes out there. If you haven't tried chia, I strongly suggest it. The flax muffin that's on my blog, you will love it because everybody loves it. And then lunches are, I do sandwiches, 2 pieces of low carb bread, or I love lots of salads and proteins, and dinner, I love lots of protein and veggies. I mean, I do baked veggies and steamed veggies and, fish and all of that. So I like nuts. I love nut butter, almond butter and celery. I actually even like peanut butter and carrots. Those are a great snack. I love nuts. I love apples and peanut butter. My favorite fruits, because they're low glycemic, are apples and berries. I do a half a cup of blueberries in some no sugar plain yogurt in the morning, and then I put some greens and stevia and stuff like that in it. And so I encourage you to find out what areas of your health with your diet you'd like to improve, and just take one step. Do one thing. Maybe try chia pudding for breakfast. Maybe try having apples and peanut butter as a snack after dinner instead of a dessert. Or maybe get rid of one processed thing in your house that is driving you nuts and you just wish it was gone, right? So this is what I do when I work with patients, is let's figure out what's realistic for you. Let's not make all or nothing crazy decisions about how we have to dramatically change our diet, right? I used to have the thought for many years that, gosh, I just wish I ate the same thing every day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, because that's what every person with diabetes is supposed to do. And after berating myself for a decade because I wasn't doing it, I finally was able to free myself from that thought. I thought, I am going to have a flexible schedule and I'm going to learn how to dose my insulin properly. So that's what's available for you too. You can eat a healthy diet and you can learn how to dose your insulin properly and enjoy a healthy A1C, which is, according to the American Association of Clinical Endocrinologists, a 6.5 or less. That is what you deserve and that is what's possible. If you don't feel like you can get there, you probably haven't received the education you need for how to get there, because I certainly know I didn't have it for a long time. So check out my website. I've got great resources there. I've got great courses. I have courses that can really change your life, because that's the feedback I get all the time. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I didn't know that I was supposed to dose for protein, or I didn't know I could exercise and not go low, right? Oh, I didn't know that fat affected my blood sugar. A lot of us were never taught this. So that's why I'm coming to you with these tips to help inspire you. Leave a comment below. I love seeing your comments, so I'm not just like talking to my phone. And I hope you're enjoying today's video, but enjoy your food. But also, if you want to take a step to improve your food, you can. And if you want to learn how to dose better, check out my course, Nutrition and How to Dose, right? Because carb counting is probably going to leave you feeling like you're failing, because it doesn't work if that's the only skill set you have for how to dose. Okay, so thanks for watching today's video. Dr. Jody ND is my website, and I will be coming live, as I have been for 3 months now, Monday through Friday, right around 3 o'clock Pacific, 6 o'clock Eastern. I probably won't be doing these forever. I haven't figured out what my next step is going to be, but I'm so glad you found me. And share this with anybody you know that has type 1, and leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. Have a great day. Here's to living a healthy life with type 1. Bye.